Mm. Mm. I know I can't cover up the laugh. I can't cover up the laugh, Mike. Holy smokes and smoke show. The night we blew a belt. What the fuck? I don't know what to tell you. What the fuck even happened in the last 2 weeks? A lot happened in the last 2 weeks. But like in like the last 48 hours or maybe like 72 more or less, or even the last week, more has happened than I can even tell you. And I have to preemptively warn you and tell you that I usually don't record my episodes at night. I record them in the morning with a coffee. Tonight, I'm recording them with a caffeine-free tea, and it's late at night. Usually, I'd be in the bottle shop, like, doing shit, but since I said it was the night we blew a belt in the fucking furnace. And so it's not working. Well, we have a wood stove and we have like lots of space heaters and like fireplaces and that like you can click on and whatever and emit heat and whatever. So we're not bad for heat, but it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I'm like, but you know what? At least all of the electricity didn't like go out. So I'm preemptively warning you that I usually do not record episodes at night because at nighttime to go to bed, because I don't sleep well, I take sleeping medication. So tonight we're gonna punch through the Ambien wall because all it's just another brick in the wall. And like I have friends who take Ambien to go to bed, and their significant others will not let them use their phone after they take Ambien because the drug class that it is theoretically a drug called a sedative hypnotic. And it makes you so tired and it makes you so forgetful. It's kind of like the date rape drug in the fact that you won't remember what you did while you were on it. So if you ordered something off of Amazon or you order like a video game or a toy or like just like I would order like a stupid hat or some shit because you know how I am. But it loosens you up a little bit. And if you punch through the Ambien wall, the thing is you get kind of funny. So you're going to get kind of like what Rob gets like, you know, almost every fucking night. So this is me recording at night, so I seriously, I don't even know where to start with this week. I should start by giving you a trigger warning that this episode is chocked full of potentially triggering topics for all sorts of people. It doesn't matter who you are, especially with the recent and not so recent, like social climate. But please know that I'm triggered as well. And my way of kind of like not untriggering myself because there's no way really to do that. But my way of dealing with it is like to start a conversation or at least try to start a conversation or get a ball rolling or get, you know, some talk going on about it and get some tunes spinning and get some ideas rolling, just get some stuff spitballing around just to start a conversation because the idea is to open up the lines of communication and get things going more than they already are. So on the planet Hoth, we talk. This is what we do. Saying I'm punching through that Ambien wall just for you. So like with that, I welcome you to this week's dumpster fire of an episode of 21st Century Rocker Mom podcast with me, your hostess with the mostest, who's the coldest, Tana Candler. And I'm here with you every 2 weeks now, and we're going to hook up the show and we're going to chit chat about this and that. And this week I got a crazy show coming for you. Like here I am, like I say, dressed for Canadian winter, but like I say, the furnace is broken, and so I got my winters on, man. I'm ready to go. I'm chopping wood. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me, you know, every 2 weeks and tuning in for the show and having a sneak peek into like my crazy little brain and like how the things work in there. Because like basically my shows are basically just that, just what's been going on. What is going on, what's about to go on, things that I've heard, things I've seen, things that are interesting. If you tune in, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's a busy place. It's been a busy place up in here. It's been a busy few weeks, but it's been a great 2 weeks. I'm sticking with my like fit to 40 like thing. I'm sticking with that completely. I had my birthday. It was good. It was quiet. It was low key. A few people asked me how my birthday was. I had a lot of bubble baths, like several of them. I had like a night of like takeout, lots of nudity. It was a good 40th birthday. I'm not going to complain. I had some tea. I hope you're having a warm beverage wherever you are, if it's like it is in Canada right now. So the irony of the furnace breaking on like the coldest day of the year is like redonkulous. So there you go. My birthday was good, but we're definitely going below the belt. Below the belt. Not hitting below the belt this week, just traveling below the belt. That's where we're going. And now here you are watching this, like whenever you tune in, whenever you watch this or whenever you listen to this, whenever you get a chance to tune into this, or you're listening to this, and I'm here wearing more sunglasses than fucking Bam Margera. And I said I'd talk about Bam Margera this week on the podcast. And seriously, who wears more sunglasses than anyone? Like me or Bam Margera? I don't know who's the one is. Like, what's with this? I will say cocaine. Not for me, thanks. I'll take a hard pass. But for me, I have a hypersensitivity to light. And as I get older, the weirder and harder it gets. So it's like always like yellow tinted glasses or red tinted glasses or sunglasses, because especially with lights and the lights I have set up for the podcast, because oh my God, it's like I'm blinded by the light, revved up like a noose, another runner in the night. No, seriously, I can't do it. No. So sunglasses are where it's at. Tinted glasses are where it's at for when I'm going like out places. I have some like yellow ones. I have some red ones. I think I'm gonna get some green ones. Just get some like fun, cool ones. Like I'm down with this light sensitivity. I can handle it. I just have to find out ways to handle it. And like color therapy really works for me. So there you go. So like I say, who wears more sunglasses, me or Bam Margera? Then like I say, Bam Margera, his issue is definitely cocaine, and it's really crazy. Like it's scary. I'm going to talk about that later in his issue with cocaine. But speaking of cocaine, did any of you all see the movie You People on Netflix? Now, I will say, speaking of cocaine, it's like a Guess Who's Coming to Dinner on cocaine. Like this narrative has been done before. Like, and it's tired. I will say it's definitely tired. It was nothing new for me. So like the first watch was, the first watch you get a first impression of it. You see kind of what's going on. Jonah Hill was involved in the film, and but I did not watch it once. However, I watched it twice. And I watched it from two different places, and it opened my eyes when I started looking at different things. Not looking for different things, but looking at different things. And I could come on here with all my theories, but it's very, very much not my place to do that. And so I will say this, though. I will say this. I was uncomfortable watching that movie. And for good reason. I should be uncomfortable. If you are feeling uncomfortable watching that movie, then good. You should be uncomfortable. I find personally, in my humble opinion, that Kenya Barris and a lot of other filmmakers make films kind of like this to very much flatten blackness. And they do this for the benefit of white people and white comfort. And then I think the film ends up being, in a way, really white-centered and white-focused. And it gets away from like the true point of, and then that's the true spirit of like Black History Month and things like that. Like, as I sit here, and I know, and I'm very self-aware that I am a white woman of privilege, sitting here hella aware of my privilege, like I will say that. And here's what you can do as a white person for Black History Month. So there's a few things that I've gathered up with a few people that I know, and they've given me some direction and said, would I deliver this message? And I said, sure. Number one, you listen. You listen to Black educators, Black creators, Black teachers, Black anti-racism courses. You can take a lot of those. A lot of those are like free to take online. And make sure these things are run by people in the Black community. You're going to learn Black education from people that actually know about Black education. Number two, shut your fucking mouth. This is a serious one. And keep your motherfucking nose out of black people's business. I'm serious. Unless they ask you to put their nose in there, like, don't do it. While this is like Black History Month, like, for you, and I get it. You're trying to get rid of like your white guilt or whatever. But honestly, just stop. If someone needs the help from you, they'll ask. And they'll ask you for help. Number 3, support Black and BIPOC and people of color and folks and creators. You see a Black educator, on the internet offering, and I see this often, offering a free anti-racism course. And then there's like a Venmo, or there's a Cash App, or there's a PayPal where you can donate like $5. Like, this person's generally like a student or someone who's like taking all their free time and making this creation. So donate and support these Black educators and these people that are helping you. If you're going to get help from these people, support them. Or if you can't support them in a financial way because you're not in a position to, retweet them, credit them when you're using their knowledge in your posts and things like that. Or if you're retweeting them, or if you're re-putting them in your stories or whatever, give them credit and make sure they're getting out there. Give them exposure. And I think that's what you can do. And like I say, when you see courses on anti-racism and unlearning, take those courses. See that Cash App, see that PayPal, support these people. They're using valuable time to help you be better. They're not doing this to make themselves feel better. They're using this time to educate you into being a better person and learning how to be a better person and unlearning what you think you know. So as privileged white folks are, and that's what I am, that's what you can do for Black History Month. And realize that while on a calendar, Black History Month like starts in February or whatever, but like for like the Black community, Black History Month is 365, 24/7. So that's coming from a place of love, and seriously, like, really understand Black History Month. Educate yourself. That's all I'm going to say about that. So end of. That's what I'm going to say. That's my spiel. That's my thing for Black History Month. I'm not going to get into it and make it white-centered because that's not what it's about. Be there. Show up for people. It comes in many different forms. It comes in many different like ways. I've seen so many like reels about, if your friend has something, cop a clothing line, get something from their clothing line, buy something from them. If you can't do that, support them, share them. Like, do whatever you can to support them. Just support them in any way you can. And like I mentioned, wearing sunglasses. And I mentioned wearing sunglasses partially in jest about like Bam Margera, because I'm like, oh, who wears some more sunglasses? Because he's always wearing sunglasses. But I mean, the true reason he's always wearing sunglasses is because he's never sober, which sucks because it's tragic. Like, it's really tragic. And on a recent like podcast interview with Steve-O, because Steve-O runs a podcast and he has a podcast. And on a recent episode, he was talking about how he was kind of like prepared for his friend to pass away and like prepared for when he gets hit with that news and he gets like, the obituary and, the post comes up on TMZ or whatever it's going to be or whatever news source it is on the computer. But he's just saying that he's getting himself ready for that and he's braced himself for it and he's ready for it and he knows that it's going to happen. He's never going to give up on his friend. He's like, I'm never going to give up on you, brother. But like, why are you doing this to yourself? I know what's going to happen. Like, we know what the end point's going to be, unfortunately, because Bam Margera's had his major struggles and it just seems like addiction has gotten a hold of him so hard and it just won't let go. And it's a hard disease. I say, like, it's hard to see anyone taken by the disease of addiction. And honestly, there's no judgment here. This is not coming from a place of judgment whatsoever. Because I see it as a complete tragedy. I see it as a complete failure of our system as a whole. It fails people, and then they become a statistic, which sucks. And of course, being in like the business for all these years that I've been in for most of my life, I've seen it firsthand. I've seen what happens. I've seen what happens. I've had people like, die in front of me. I've begged people to stop. There were times when I was taking medications way back in my 20s and stuff like that before I had kids. The people were like, you should probably stop taking that. And it was like prescribed by the doctor, but just not good, I've watched a lot of people slip away. Some fast and furious and some very, slow progression into not goodness. It's all sad. No matter how you slice it, no matter what way you're going to say it, like it's just all going to be depressing. And it's what it is what it is. Like it is what it is. And gone are the days of safe things like in the 90s. Like everything now seems to be harsh and everyone I know seems to be dying. Gone are my teenage years. Gone are me buying a small coffin of vampire teeth, putting them in a special mold and putting them in my mouth, because I did do that as a teenager. I had these special vampire teeth. I think a friend of mine bought a pair too for herself. And they came in a coffin. And it wasn't a casket, because a casket is like rectangular. It was a coffin, like for the shoulders and everything. Like Dracula's coffin. And he bought these teeth. We thought it would be cool. Bought Dracula teeth. And we put them in our fangs on our canine teeth. And we'd wear them out. And we thought we were like super cool. We'd get up on stage. And I'd get up on stage. And then spitting fake blood all over the audience. Like, I mean, like, it was more than like moistly speaking on someone. It was like I spat all over the audience. And I mean, crazy still fucking lives here. Just not as buck wild, I would say. I remember one show I was playing back in the day when I was with Kitty. We were playing in a Masonic temple or a Masonic lodge. And we used to play a lot of those. I remember playing quite a few of those shows in rooms that had like white and black checkerboards on the floor. And at the time I was like, I don't know what this means. And then as I got older, and I realized with age, the symbolism that goes along with Freemasonry and like the black and white and the duality and the balance and everything on the floor, and all about the aprons full of secrets. I know what the fuck is in there. I know all about the Freemasons. I heard all about you, Freemasons. I told you we're gonna get wild. I know all about turning into snakes and everything. I know it all. I've been told. Anyways. One night, we were playing a show at this Masonic temple, and there's a great crowd. It's a fun lineup of bands, and it's only going to take one asshole in the crowd to like try to screw everything up. It's going to take that one asshole, someone who's aggressive, wants to come to a concert, take the shit out on everybody, not good. So what could go wrong, right? I mean, blood capsules, smoke, pink hair, crazy slutty outfits. And then some guy and says some smarmy shit about, women not being able to play guitar. Girls can't be in bands. Women can't play guitar. Well, I lost it. I fucking went up to this guy and what's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. And I told him to basically shut his mouth or I was going to fuck it closed. I had teenage years were very difficult for me. I had a mouth on me like a pirate. And, I still do. But, there's a time and a place. But he didn't like this very much. So he disappeared. Like I say, it sounds like an episode of And Ever Since I've Been the Champ. Like, I lost it. I snapped. This guy was fucked. Like, I was so angry. I was just like, really, buddy? Like, I swung my bass at people's head for saying less than that. So don't even trip, because you're bound to get split, bitch. Not good. Not good at all. So he disappeared into nowhere. He takes off. And then out of nowhere, this guy picks up a chair, like one of those chairs that you'd have in like a cafeteria. And just, and the heads, it's heads up and it's launching my way. It's going to come my way. It's going to hit me. And then, big mistake. I will tell you, this was a big mistake on his part. Because out pops Mama Kitty, Morgan and Mercedes Lander, their mom. She used to really take care of us. And she grabs a chair and she throws back more than this brotherfucker can handle. And he was just taken aback by it. I think it knocked the wind out of him. He did not want to come back. So he was gone, and let's just say we were always really well taken care of. So I didn't feel like I was unsafe. To say we were well taken care of and things like that and we were safe and stuff was an understatement. Because, we got the hecklers and the guys that, said shit and everything like that. But, like, not everybody has the same experience. Those are times where I felt safe. There are times when I didn't feel safe. But it was just because, like, the people that surrounding us, like, you know what I mean? Slurs, yelling, booing and hissing, that would get back to me, and it would get, like, really on my nerves back then. It would really, like, get to me, and it would get to me on a deep level. These days, it wouldn't bother me. Not so much. I've been getting very reacquainted with my weighted blanket lately. Oh, yeah. And because of Fit at 40, it's like it helps me sleep better. I can pull it up to my chin. It's like having an extra 50 pounds on you. I have my lifestyle. Like, I have my hobbies. I have my diet. I have my intermittent fasting. I have my cigars and stuff. But like, that's only a once in a while thing. Everybody has their vices, all the things. But a weighted blanket has been my new bestie because it keeps me so calm at night. And it's like having 50 pounds on you. And I sleep longer because I can't move. I don't get up to pee in the middle of the night because I'm immobilized. It's actually not that bad. But also, you try to move that thing for like sexy time and oh God, like it takes a bit to move it. And it's already like having like 50 pounds on you. So you have to move the weighted blanket when you want to like get your groove back. Stella. When your partner has to take off 50 pounds, like a blanket off of you, just to make sweet, sweet love to you. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But that is the weighted blanket. I could just see my Tinder profile now. Hi. My name's Dom. Some people like to call me the Dominator. Swipe right for a good time. Or left, or I don't know. I don't know which way you're supposed to swipe on Tinder, but anyways, that would be mine. That would be mine. Dom the Dominator. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. So many bad Tinder like date stories. Like not mine because obviously I don't date. My single friends tell me some of the worst stories and the worst dating stories that they've ever been on. And I said, we're going below the belt this week. And what a better time to do it than on another installment of Beards and Bitchin'. And I know you love the Beards and Bitchin' content, and so do I, because I love beard talk, and it's the only time I get to talk about it like really openly, unless I'm talking to you in DMs and stuff about beard stuff, and I chat about beard stuff often. So, I think these segments could be a little bit like sexier, and I show up in a snowsuit, right? They could be a little bit sexier. So let's bring some sexy back. Yeah? Seriously. I'm bringing sexy back. So being in business since November now, I'm starting to get more of a lease on things and starting to get more of a leg up on things and learning things, which is awesome. But I'm also really starting to form a relationship and form learning things with customers, especially things with customs and things that people like. And I'm getting to know my client base very well and seeing what my client demographic is. And I'm getting to know folks. And as I'm getting to know them, the grooming oils are getting lovely reviews in beards. Eyes up here. I don't have a beard right yet. However, and I've joked about this before, but Beaver Balm. Beaver Balm. I know several ladies that use Rockaholic down there. They put it on their pussycat, and they told me things are softer when they have maintenance done. They're waxers, or they're people that, estheticians, they're beauty people that take care of them down in the southern region, find the landscaping a lot easier because the hair is really conditioned and soft and good. And I've given some girls a few like what I call beaver butters, and they love them. If you're using them as shave and pre-shave oils, that could literally be like anywhere on like the bod. Feels good. Rockaholic is proud to announce that we are the proud sponsor of our Community Pride Parade this year in June of 2023. And we'll have our rock tent that we'll be popping rock out of, and giving out some rainbow soaps and some flags and doing all kinds of fun stuff for the Pride event and celebrating that and supporting that event there. We got some markets coming up. Other news, releases. Ultimate Sin. I'm going to drop it within about a week. And just whenever I get the furnace and the new belt in the furnace. I'm going to drop that within about a week. I'm really excited to drop Ultimate Sin because like the day the labels came was the same day that Ozzy Osbourne retired. And that made me so sad because I love Ozzy Osbourne so much. But thinking of him in such a frail condition is sad. Really sad. So I don't want that to happen to the Oz man. I want him to cometh, I want him to still liveth. So that's what's going on with Ozzy Osbourne. And so Ultimate Sin is coming out, like I say, in about a week or so. And then you guys want to know about the butters and the waxes. Oh my God, the test labels came and they look bomb. They look amazing. So I ordered all the rest of the labels. They're not going to be here till after Valentine's Day, but they will be here. So bombs and not bombs, rather, the butter bombs. It's like a butter and I call it like a butter cream almost, but I'll put butter on it, but it's because then people won't know what it is, but it's a butter. It's a beard butter or whatever you want to put a butter, but I use it on my elbows if they're dry. It's good anywhere. It's got good quality oils in it and good quality butters in it that can keep you soft and keep you nice and hydrated and healthy. Soaps, I will tell you, soaps are coming in about another week. And with soaps, I'm only releasing 2 kinds a month. The ingredients are going to be on the site, actually, on the advice of Dagan at BGG Grooming. That's his Instagram channel. You can find him there, and that's also his YouTube channel. He has lots of grooming stuff. Seriously, it's a wonderful idea. Thank you, Dagan. I can't thank you enough. And because they're all vegetable-based, this was like a no-brainer for me. Number one, no animal testing. I don't have to add like a fat to them, an animal fat to them, because I don't want to do that. Number 2, vegetable glycerin is great for the skin and the beard and everything, and it holds moisture kind of in, and it'll hold there all day. Help it be a nice staying power. It helps things smell nice all day. And number 3, finally, I didn't have to work with chemicals like lye, because I don't like working with harsh chemicals because they have a bad smell. They make my asthma flare up. It's not fun. Even though I wear a mask, I had to wear like 5 masks to work with lye. So I'm using mostly like vegetable-based glycerin soaps, and nothing like that involves animals. Everything is vegan, except unless you don't count honey because it's food for bees. But like I say, that's what I like. And seriously, it was a wonderful idea that Dagan said, put all the ingredients on the website, because the soaps won't have any ingredients on them because they'll change from month to month. I'll just put a huge list of what we use in all the soaps on the site. And then you can see what's in every one of the soaps. I think this month will probably be an oatmeal sugar cookie soap with argan oil, and probably our honey soap. We're going to stick with like the Rockaholic honey soap, and we're going to have a fun name for it come out. And same with the soaps that'll change, like I say, every month. The only soap we can't get across the border is the hemp soap, obviously, because the hemp laws in Canada and America are crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But like I say, this idea to put ingredients up on the site instead of just putting them on the back of the soap bars is an idea from Dagan, from BGG Grooming, like I say. And this is why I love partnering up and hanging out with other people that are in the bearded community, and reviewers especially, because this is what they do for a job or a hobby or both. And I like to tell you when I'm pairing up for this, I like to tell you what I'm looking for, because there's always something that I'm looking for with reviewers. It's a bit of panache, right? Like there's honesty, obviously something being really honest, transparency, complete transparency is good, objectivity, and some like real personality. I don't want some wet blanket fucking person that just look like they took a blanket into the bathroom like, this is my review. This beer oil smells really good. And yeah, that's it. And they're asleep. The end. But I mean, kindness also goes a long way. And maybe I'm not able to send everything to everyone, but I'm getting there. I'll never pay for a review. And all the people that have reached out to me basically for a review have been pretty nice. I've had a few like ballsy ones, but most people have been like, hey, Tanya, I didn't want to ask yet because you just started, but you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. They asked me and I've been like, cool, let's hook something up for when, make sure it's when I have butters and stuff like that. So you have something that someone else hasn't had yet, maybe, and try them out. And the people who have tried out the oils and really like them, then I'm going to get butters and waxes and things to them that they like. And we'll see what we can get to you. We had, a winner for the beard box, for a grooming box for a year contest. And that was won by Romance Advice, so I'm excited for him. His first bearded box is going out February, like I say, first thing. But also, I ain't gonna pay somebody for a review. I'm not gonna pay nobody to blow sunshine and lies up everyone's asses, including mine. That is a detriment to you. That is a detriment to you as a consumer, me as a business owner. And it's a detriment to a reviewer themselves. If they're going to get paid to say that they like a product that is not great, then that's going to come back on them, because other people are going to try it. Like the honest reviewers who give you the real objective reviews are going to say, I don't like this, or I do like this, or I would wear this, or I wouldn't wear this. And that's what you need. You don't need someone spewing off how great something is all the time if it's not good. So, I like the honest stuff. And like I say, as a business and looking at reviewers, because now you can really see what's pay to play and it's not good. And I haven't seen any of it on my personal stuff at all. So I'm not too worried about that. For me, it doesn't really track with my moral my moral compass and my morals and values and that situation. So no. But then the other thing with some reviewers is sometimes there'll be reviewers that review other things other than just grooming products and beard related products. And sometimes their content may not align with your brand or your belief system, whether it's your personal belief system or the belief system of your company, or it's both. And maybe you don't see eye to eye, and eye to eye rather. And that's okay. That's totally okay. If you don't want to be in that space and don't want your products represented in that way, then don't do it. Don't be in that space. There's no shame. There's no judgment. There's no shame about you not being misrepresented in a certain way. You don't want that. There's no hate. It's just okay to say no, and there shouldn't be any guilt about it. Every Tom, Dick, and Mary doesn't need to be on fucking blast about your product. It's okay. They'll get on blast, they'll get there, and it doesn't have to be in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable or unsafe. I had some advice from a very trusted friend about when you encounter these situations. You get into there with a creator that starts all of a sudden getting weird with your products, or doesn't talk to you, or just something happens. Something happens and you're not sure what it is, but something happens. His advice was protect your neck. It was like a Wu-Tang advice. It was back away slowly and protect your peace, man. If somebody's getting on your peace in your case all the time, protect your peace. If people are inciting any kind of violence towards you and any kind of trouble with you, hit that block button, fam. For real. If somebody isn't making you feel safe, get yourself to a point that's safe. And that's important, getting yourself to that point. I have people that send me shit I could give one frosty flying fuck about. And I generally don't read it. I generally just kind of scroll by it. And I sometimes ask, why are you sending me shit? Why are you keep sending me this shit? What is this shit? Mostly, I don't re-ask questions. I don't re-ask, why did you send this? Why do you keep sending me this? And I also don't react is another thing. I don't react because why would I react to something that I have no feelings about? Not good. I think when you send things like that to people, you should definitely ask for consent and be like, would it be okay if I sent this to you? And I think screaming into your own echo chamber and trying to shove that down someone else's throat is probably not going to be working for you too well. It's probably going to end up being problematic. That's all I think. How to lose friends and alienate people and loved ones. That's how, right there. Do that shit right there. So don't send me shit about the Matrix. Don't send me shit about white extremist bullshit. Please don't steer me towards the next great singer. And then I hear they're like a white extremist. I don't want to see that. Keep it to yourself. If you want to listen to it, I'm good. Getting visually assaulted in my DMs is good enough. It already makes me not want to fucking check them because I'm like, what the fuck is going to be in here? I say, just like this just in. I do not enjoy what I call a category of music called hick hop. And it's a bunch of like white dudes rapping about like their struggle. And a lot of them have been handed their money like down generationally. It's not like rap that I've heard, like real rap, if you know what I'm talking about, and real struggle and real oppression and things you should be rapping about. And but these are just like white guys have money. They're independent, but they've got money, and they're aligned with a lot of white extremist groups. And that stuff I don't love, because it makes me feel like somebody went and pissed on Johnny Cash's grave. That's how it makes me feel. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And it makes me feel bad for like real rappers. It's just like weird country rap. And it's not the rap that bothers me, because I love rap. It's the themes. It's the themes. I don't love the themes. Speaking of like triggering, I was watching some serious tyranny this week. This is triggery. Totally triggery. Man, do we love our tyrants in this country? And in every country, we love our tyrants. People just love to be fucking ruled. And I mean completely ruled. And we're living proof of that. A big fucking colonized fucking science experiment melting cluster fucking pot of fuck. We're so close to one another, but we don't realize it. Like I say, we love being ruled by who? Like tyrants. But why do tyrants get that rise to power? Why do they often rise to that immeasurable source and that immeasurable amount of power? Because they have the best ideas at the time. You get a population that's sick of the way things are. You get a population that is marginalized, doesn't have a lot of money. There's not a lot of like affordable housing around. Groceries are going up. Everything's going up. Inflation like crazy. There's no jobs and there's no one to follow. There's no one to lead. What do? Then, I mean, look at Hitler. He seemed like a good idea at the time. I say at the time. Promises, 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 affordable housing, good jobs, good schools. I'm here for families. I'm here for you. Let's make Germany great again. Wow. Holy orange face. Who does that sound like? Woo! And how are we going to make Germany great again? We're going to purify it. We're going to purify it. We're going to do that to his liking, to Hitler's liking. And we're going to twist the narrative a bit. And we're going to fully indoctrinate society. And then boom. Everyone knows what happened after that. Genocide. Everybody knows. If you don't know, time to read. Son, time to read. Hitler was really just a second-rate landscape artist that narrowly escaped the war in the trenches with his buddies that got blown up. But he was really just, when it came down to it, a second-rate con artist. So I was delighted to watch Narvik on Netflix this week, which was amazing. Mostly it was in German, which was easy because it's one of my mother tongues at home and grew up speaking German. In 1940, this Norwegian town called Narvik was invaded by Nazis and Germans because it was the focus of Hitler's need for iron and ore to build his unstoppable war machines to get the war going. And Hitler really wanted to get the main source of the iron and the ore out of this town. And he had kind of almost brainwashed these people into thinking that they were here to help. The Germans were good. They were there to be on their side and everything like that. They ended up doing something completely different. The Germans were not there to help. It was not good. And I will say this. Seeing the Germans twist the narrative around, I found it interesting that the Nazis were massacring these Norwegian people, but then they were still trying to twist the truth to make it look like they were there to help them. Until the British show up, bomb the friggin' shit out of them, fucking bomb the shit and beat the shit out of Hitler. It was nice to see him lose. It was nice to see Hitler get the shit kicked out of him. Sometimes you just need to see that. Sometimes you do. Fabulous film. You should see Narvik if you haven't seen it. It's on Netflix. Man, we're really punching through the wall now. I gotta talk and I gotta ask. Spoiler alert. The Last of Us. The Last of Us. Have you seen this video game turned show? I really like The Last of Us. It's been really good, and Rob and I have enjoyed almost every episode. Episode 3 being my absolute favorite so far. The Last of Us is definitely a slow burn, but it's very interesting because it's very deeply rooted and could be deeply rooted in reality. And I think, again, spoiler alert, episode 3, Nick Offerman might be my favorite person in the world now. Sitting at the piano singing Long Time by Linda Ronstadt annihilated me. I had to go cry for a while because it was so beautiful. And I think I know it's my favorite episode so far because I expected, guts and glory and craziness. What I got was this beautiful episode with a love story and a sunset and just the most beautiful and tragic story that I've ever heard in a really long time. And I wasn't ready for it. And it was really, really, really nice. So that was good this week. It had me having a warm heart and it had me bawling. And also bawling, speaking of bawling, our youngest turned 5 this week. Oh my God. She turned 5 years old. I could not believe it. She turned 5 this week and I was not ready. Nope. She's grown up so fast. And we went to the mall for her birthday. We went shopping. And I showed her all the places that exist still, that I used to go to when I was a kid. And there's mom's school and blah, blah, blah. We went to the mall. We got giant pretzels. We went shopping. We got slush puppies. We had a great time. We rode up and down the escalator. We had a freaking blast. She just thought it was the best. She was like, besties, let's go to the mall. That's totally how she is. She's one of those girls that is a pinky pink princess style. While her mother, me here, is Hoth goth. Hoth topic. It's just the off topic. But it's so funny. How does it end up like that? It's hilarious. And how kind of amazing and cute it is that things end up that way. And that's the reality. How amazing was it if, honestly, how amazing would it be if our belt for our furnace was fixed by tomorrow and I wouldn't have to dress up like Luke Skywalker on Hoth? I'm serious. Only here would there be a fucking belt blow, like I say, on the furnace on the coldest day of the fucking year. And it's so cold. We have space heaters, like I say. We're good for warmth. I'm good and everything like that. It's cool down in the production studio. It's not cool in my office, my lab, because I put heaters down there too because oils have to be at certain temperatures. So I made sure they are. But I'll say, you'll find my warmer ass here in 2 weeks. Hopefully the weather warms up a little bit, and until then, stay cozy, be good, keep it fucking epic. Keep it tuned here for all your podcast goodness. If you want to find me, you know where I'm at, streaming, anywhere you stream, 21st Century Rocker Mom Podcast, wherever you stream, wherever you choose to do that, upon YouTube, on my YouTube channel. I'm just at Tanya Candler Channel. You can click subscribe and I'll be with you anytime you want. Just subscribe already. What are you waiting for? I got to get paid. Y'all freeloaders, just hit the button. Anyways, on Instagram, y'all, you know that I'm here, and you know that I love the gram. It's my favorite place to be. So like I say, I'm here at 21st Century Rocker Mom. I'm at TikTok at the same thing. 21st Century Rocker Mom. You can find me there. There's a beard folder with beard related content just for beards if you're checking that out. Also, this week I'm leaving you with, if you need to find excellent grooming products, you can find me for all of your grooming needs at the Rockaholic Grooming Company. You can find me there on Instagram. You can purchase all your things there, and rockaholic.groomingcompany.com. You can find me there too. Check out the store, see if there's anything you like, new things coming to the store. Like I say, things are coming out as fast as Jiminy Cricket. I will say this for this week. T-Crest out. Be good to each other. Peace.